Welcome everyone to episode 2 of Empyrion Galactic Survival. Empyrion for Noobs. The last episode we made our way up to this Polaris facility, and we got our next story assignment as visible on the right hand side. Fleet identifier, follow the signal. And the signal is going to lead us to the Heidelberg. Pointing at your tent, and you hit Shift F, allows you to pick it up, puts it right back into your inventory, and we are going to make our way towards the Heidelberg. Before we head out, however, we should check our status. You see we have made level 3 in our trek over here, and one of the first things we're going to need is shotgun. If we double click on this, that unlocks it. Here's level 3, and you have a certain amount of points to spend at each level to unlock items. I should explain these little squares over here: yellow, pink, green, blue, and red. They let you know what you need to make that device. You can see down here, yellow is a portable constructor, which we have made. Pink is a small constructor, which you have to make to put in your base. Green is the SV constructor. If you have an SV, you can make a constructor for it and put it on your SV. You have the large constructor, which is the blue, and that goes in your base. And the advanced constructor, which is red, which also goes in your base. This makes everything, pretty much. Pink down here is your survival constructor. That's what's in your suit. So you can see to make the shotgun, we need, at the very least, a portable constructor. Has a yellow dot on it, which we have. I will also unlock the assault rifle, since we can. You see, one of the first things we need to get at level 5 is our armor, and you can make that into portable constructor as well. Anywho, after watching the last episode, I also realized I didn't show what you have to look forward to in the future here. If you go to System Map, hitting the Tab key brings this window up. Go to your System Map, and you can see our solar system. You can use the scroll wheel to zoom in and zoom out, and you can see this little bouncing blue cone. We're on the planet Vidaris. Has one moon. The other planets in this system are all gas giants. These gas giants you cannot land on because they're gas giants. They don't have a surface. You can, however, land on their moons. These clumps of rocks are just what they look like, clumps of rocks. They're asteroid fields, and they're usually full of raw materials in asteroids. You'll also find some POIs, space POIs, floating amongst the asteroids. You come over here to the info panel. Here you can see the distances from everything to everything. We're on Vidaris, so it's 0, and it shows you the distance to each of these different planets. Like this asteroid field, 14.8 astronomical units. You can get to most any of this stuff with an SV, with a warp drive. You have to have a warp drive to go from planet to planet, or to you know, from planet to asteroid field. The SV, however, is limited to 15 astronomical units at a time. You can see this gas giant Chi is 15.3. You would not be able to make that in one jump. You would have to go here first and then jump to here if you have an SV. This, by no stretch of the imagination, is your whole universe. You come over to the galaxy map. This is the galaxy. Billions and billions of stars. I'm using the scroll wheel here to zoom in. This is the solar system we're starting at. These letters tell you what type of star is at the center. We're type G, which is a nice warm yellow, just like the one here on Earth. And these are type Ks. There are all kinds of weird types of stars. There are white dwarfs, there are black holes, red giants, you name it. You can hover over these other star systems and see what the distances are. To go to another star system, you need a CV, the big vessel, with a warp drive. They're the only ones that can go star system to star system. Now, if you turn on territories, see, this is all red. Let's zoom out. This whole neck of the galaxy that we're in appears to be, actually we're in, appears to be we're in space that is not, doesn't belong to any faction. If you went into here, stars inside that red zone, that would be Zirax territory. This light blue zone is the Traders Guild. This yellow zone here would be Pirates. This gold zone is Polaris. And the purple zone over here is Creel. You can see there are stars that are very, very far away, and you can reach those. You would just have to go from this star to 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 this star. You would need a lot of pentaxid, which is the fuel that the warp drives use. For now, I'll turn that off. And zoom back in to our home star. And as you can see, there is only one habitable planet in this system. Well, enough of the galactic tour. Let us make our weapons, if possible. Should be possible. Shotgun. Assault rifle. The assault rifle uses these projectile rifle rounds, and the shotgun uses, of course, these shotgun shells. For every one click on here, you'll get 30 shells. Okay, got 30 shotgun shells. Let's see how many projectile rifle rounds we can get. Every click on this gives you 50. This is a somewhat of an automatic weapon, so it does chew up the ammo. Let's get one more. Now you need to put these down here in your personal inventory, so you can use them. And put these down on the hotbar. And we'll pick up all our stuff. Shift F to pick up. Hit the R key with the weapon selected, and it reloads. You can hit the right key to aim down the barrel. And if this thing was a more advanced weapon, it would have a scope on it. And we will reload the shotgun. And let's head out to the Heidelberg. We want to continue to pick stuff up on the way. I have a bunch of plant protein here that will go bad if I don't turn it into food bars. Now that we have a couple of real weapons, I'll just leave this tool in the rock drill mode. It's a long way out to that Heidelberg. 1.5 kilometers. Up some more stone here. So far the silicon has been rare, so we may have to make some silicon. Here's a tree. You can cut down a tree with the rock drill in defense mode. And you can see it has deposited one wood log into my inventory. The wood logs are just like the plant fibers. You need it for making biofuel. There's some more silicon. If you look at the top right near the radar, you see we're still in the crash site. That's a biome. And usually they set it up so that you're more or less safe in here from critters running around that can do you damage. Specifically, I'm talking about spiders. There are spiders in this game. And they're large spiders. Very large spiders. Makes them extra creepy. It's a long, long way over there. if I have enough material, let me take a look here. One of the things you can make early on is a motorcycle. You see it needs a construction kit. And it requires 1 iron ingot. Now I don't have any iron ingots on me. I do have iron ore. So let's put that over there. And this is intermediate. You know, you're sort of wasting your time if you make this, then go over here and make this. You can see you can make this straight away. It'll just make the motorbike kit for you. I'll hit Shift F, pick that up. And a motorbike doesn't need any fuel and it runs forever. It's not a really great bike, but it does beat walking sometimes, so. Hop on it. Just hit F to hop on it. And you drive around and steer it with your WASD keys. These dinosaurs are the friendly ones. Parasaurs. Friendly dinosaurs. Make some more of those food things. I'll have one of them now. With your bike, if you leave it sitting around like this too long, it'll despawn eventually. Of course, you can always make another one. You see, it didn't cost much to make. But it's usually good practice to pick it up when you're not using it. You know, press the F key, go onto it, press the Shift F key to pick it up. It likes to get stuck on rocks. You run into them. Okay, we're about 700 meters away. Hi, dinosaurs. Watch out, stupid. Okay. I'll be picking this up. Let me grab a weapon. There you can see one of our moons. You can see it has an atmosphere. It's one of the gas giants. There's another one up by the sun. I'm going to walk towards Heidelberg. One of the downsides of having the motorbike is you bypass all this stuff on the ground. And you really need everything you can pick up. And more than anything else, you need the XP. We are out of the crash zone. We are now in grassland, if you look out in the upper right near the radar. Which means we do have to be on the lookout for mainly spiders on this planet. Other planets will have arachnids, giant scorpion-like critters. It gets kind of creepy because sometimes with the tall grass, the spiders are hard to see. And the first thing you'll know of their presence is you'll hear them hiss. And you'll hear them scuttle through the grass. That's when you have to be on your lookout. I'm going to hit the scanner again. See, there's a resource over there. You can see there's something up here with a question mark. That would be the Heidelberg. We just discovered it. Okay, let's go. We have to go find the wreckage. Well, it's not very hard to find. It's right over there. Biggest day. Get my shotgun out here. Do another scan here. That popped up. That's interesting. Pelican class transporter, the Heidelberg. What used to be the Heidelberg. Now a wreck. We're gonna have to look around inside there. Follow the storyline. Before I do that, however, I want to check this thing out over here. Any bad guys? Okay. This is a SV, a wrecked SV. You can see it's got these gaps where parts are missing. It does have thrusters in it. Some are missing. This should be one there. Looks like it's missing a generator and a fuel tank. You can find out what exactly is missing if you get into the cockpit. When you get into the cockpit of any vessel, or if you're on a base, if you hit the P key, it will tell you the particulars of the base. It'll show you what all of the items that are included in the base. Now, I just hit the P key and nothing happened. And that's because, hit the F key to get out. This ship has no core. Before we can find out what it needs to work, we need to make a core for it. So I will put all of the construction items in there. We'll make a core. I'll take the core and I'll put it somewhere in the ship. Could really put it anywhere. You could put it right up here. I'm going to put it in this hole that looks like it was meant for a core. And now I'll get into the cockpit and hit P. And you can see we have the information on this ship. Got no fuel in it. It's called the Dart. We'll call it Junker, I guess. Like buying a used car here. Go to devices. And it shows you it's missing a generator and a fuel tank, which we sort of already knew. Got 5 thrusters. For it to be completely maneuverable, it needs 6. These letters here tell you which direction the thrusters or pointing. We have one up thruster, one back thruster, one right thruster, one down thruster, one forward thruster. We are missing a left thruster. But the ship will still work. The right and left thrusters basically allow you to strafe left and right, but it'll fly without one of them. We need to see if we can make the generator for the SV and the fuel tank for the SV. And while we're at it, make some fuel. We have wood, we have plant fibers. Let's how much fuel we can make? 7. Alright. Put that with us. I'll put these down here. And we will put these devices in. You could, once again, put them anywhere. I'll put them where they were designed to go. Generator there, and fuel tank there. I will gather up all of our stuff. Shift F. Pick up that. Let's hop into the driver's seat here. Hit the P key. Go to main. Here where it says fuel, we're going to hit manage. And we're going to put this fuel in here. You can see the ship came to life. Because here's their power switch. And everything else included in the ship. So let's see if we can lift off. You use the space bar, will make you go up. And the A key will make you go left. You see the ship drifting because we don't have a thruster on the left side to slow it down and stop it. It has to do so on its own. And we can't go right at all because there's no thruster on that side. We can steer with the mouse. And W key goes forward, and the S key makes you go back. As I said, spacebar makes you go up. Technically, we could keep going into space. Perhaps, I don't know if we have enough thrust to make it out of the atmosphere. This is a bare minimum ship. If we want to go down, hold the C key. And we'll go over here and check out the EM signal. Oop. Oop. Some critter is shooting at us. See that bug there? We call him the big butt bug. But it spits. It shoots acid at you. I don't know if I can get in range here. Try to avoid getting shot at by it. I'm gonna run up to him and shotgun it. This is one of the downsides of running around here at night. So I'm going to put the tent down, hit the F key, and we'll sleep through the night. Shift F, and here we are, a nice morning. Where's my ship? Way over here. Let's see how much fuel I wasted by leaving it on overnight. Oh, not much. Doesn't use much. It's very fuel efficient. We can continue our quest here. One of the reasons I ran away very quickly in this ship from that bug is the acid it spits does damage to your ship. And you can see the cockpit here is already damaged. It's quite possible if he had hit the cockpit with his acid spit that it would destroy the cockpit, and that would not have been good at all. I'm going to hit the Y key, turn off the engine, and we're going to check out this cargo container. Some good stuff in it. It also had this in it, which is the log of Chief Engineer Pallant. This helps us continue the storyline. Look on the right hand side, it says me 5848. That's a countdown to the next automatic message in the storyline. You'll see them pop up as the countdown reaches 0. I'm going to get up on here and we'll follow this storyline and we'll do some looting. While we're on the way. This is a fuel tank. You hit F, you can grab the fuel from the fuel tank. We will withdraw. I always just put in a bunch of 9s. And you'll see that's how much fuel we got out of that fuel tank. Meanwhile, the story is still clicking through here. I tend to ignore it. I'm going to salvage these fuel tanks. You get a lot of good items for salvaged fuel tanks. See, we got electronics and cobalt alloy, which is very valuable. There's another fuel tank. Once you take the fuel out of one tank, it empties all the tanks. They're not really separate entities. They're, think of them as one giant fuel tank. There's a cargo container. And you can see when we pointed at it, it doesn't give us any message about going unfriendly with somebody. It's because there's no core on this. Belongs to no one or everyone. We're going to hit F and we'll take whatever's in there. That clicking noise you hear is radiation. If you look on the upper right hand side, you can see I'm being exposed to 6 rads at the moment. Those little numbers next to it, the 0.0, 0.0, shows you your overall exposure. You won't show any ill effects of your radiation exposure until that number on the top, which now says 0.1, until it says 1. When it hits 1, then you will start experiencing radiation burns. Your stamina will go down, your health will go down, and if you leave it unattended, you will die. The way to get rid of that exposure number, the 0.1, there are certain drugs you can take that'll get rid of it. The easiest way is to make a shower. put it down in your base, or you could even put it down in here if you wanted to. And take a shower. And that gets rid of your radiation exposure. This is the next place we have to go to for our story. We'll look inside. See, we picked up another log from Ensign Emerson. And once again, the story mode will click through. It says that there's a strange marker somewhere. By the way, these type of doors, if you hit F, they open. You get that message at the top, tells you what to do. Ooh. Okay, now this is an important item. This is a genuine multi-tool. This allows you to salvage things and repair things and upgrade things. It's like the survival tool, but it's better. The only thing this thing can't do, survival tool can do, is drill rocks. For that you need a real drill. And we have to get up to a higher level before we can make a real drill. But we will get some use out of this. I select that tool and right click on it. These are all the things it can do. It can repair, it can rotate, it can downgrade an item to its lower version, it can upgrade if you have the required raw materials in your personal inventory. It'll allow you to upgrade things like thrusters to their next level, that sort of thing. It can salvage, and it can retrieve blocks. Retrieve blocks only works if you have your core down on a POI. If I put a core down in this place here, I could pick up this cargo container and not just turn it into a bunch of steel plates. If I salvage it, see, I got some steel plates for it. Also, this multi-tool uses chargers made from promethium to run on. They don't run on nothing. Their ammo is the chargers. And you can see we don't have any charges. We don't have any promethium. When you loot and get one of these, it usually comes complete with one full magazine. If you look at the lower right hand corner there, it says multi-tool ammo 247. That's how much we have left in this multi-tool. So unless we stumble across some charges or some promethium, when that gets to 0, this will run out and we won't be able to use it anymore until we get some charges. Let's see what's in here. Hit the F key. Nice. In here, power coil. Those are quite valuable. They cost a lot to make in a constructor. So it pays to pick them up. That's where our strange marker is. You can see the ship torn apart. And it's sort of crashed on its side. I think this is the floor here. Go up here. A pad taped on it. Looks like something written in our Academy secret code. Let's see if I can still decrypt this.
Be sure to drink your Ovaltine. Ovaltine?
Okay, very interesting. So I don't have any charges. I'm not going to salvage this. There's a lot of good pieces in it, but I don't want to run out of charges for my gun. Let's see what we have down here. Bridge console. Jump over here. Arg. Went too far. One of the downsides of not having a real set of armor is I don't have the jetpack, so I have to jump wherever I want to go. Okay. Let's see if we can access the console. We'll hit the F key. AI routine 34. That is the verification code we needed. Good luck, survivor. Good. We have completed that section of the mission. Now it's telling us to go back to the teleportation station back at the start. And so we shall do that. Got nothing better to do. I want to look for some more crates to loot here. Let's see if there's any around the side here. Yeah, there's a cricket. Mushrooms. Okay. Let's hop in here and hit the Y key. Turn the power on. And I'm using my arrow keys on the keyboard to rotate. Need to go back to over here. Steer with my mouse. And if you hit the O key while you're in a vehicle, it'll level you out. This is much faster than walking. And it's also much faster than the bike. Okay, where do I want to park this thing? Remember not to go left like that. It doesn't want to stop itself. Okay, the Y key, turn it off. Before I leave the ship, I want to repair it. Pick up that tool, right click, hit the repair button, and just shoot at it with the green beam. And there's some dented sides there. Ship has a lot of damage. A lot of this damage is cosmetic. In other words, this looks like a damaged block, but it's not really. It's a block that's designed to look damaged. So you can't just magically repair that. If you wanted to, you know, make that look nice, you'd have to take that block out and replace it with a similarly shaped block without those dents in it. Okay. Shouldn't be running around with empty weapons. Alright. We're back here. This token code. It's an F. Enter code. Guess violation. Protocol compromise. Self-destruct sequence. That's not nice. Get away from there. If I was standing in there, I would have... Oh my god. This is worst case scenario. Drones. And if you're out in the open like this and they shoot at you, the safest place to be is directly under them. See if I can run to get under this guy before he shoots me. You can see I took some damage over there. I'm going to use one of those health packs. Let's go over and loot these guys. If they're going to inconvenience us like this, at least they should pay for it. There's two ways you can loot quickly. If you hit the F key, you'll see what's here, and then you can hit this arrow key. Or you can just hit Shift F, and the stuff will automatically transfer over. Right now, this doesn't transfer because you can see all my slots are filled. Let's see if we can get rid of something. I don't think... Yeah, Tales of the Past. I think this is where we're going to leave off the storyline. The next part of the storyline is going to take us to the Talon. And we'll do some missions for them. But for now, we have to concentrate on getting a base. And decent SV. Well, I'm going to hit decline. You can always start this up again later. And that's what we'll do. You can see there's no messages over here. I am going to... I'll get rid of these logs. They don't stack and they do take up valuable slots. Let's see if I can get to this guy before he despawns. Flux coils are also very valuable. And generally these guys will give you flux coils. So if you can take down drones, it's a good idea to do so. Let's see, where is my... I'm completely lost. Oh, there we are. That's silicon. Nope, just a regular rock. Let me take this. Make a bunch of that again. And I'll eat some of them. Let's get our food up. All right. Now that this place has self-destructed, see the core is gone, so we can loot this container. See, it says doesn't have the warning. Nothing much of interest in it. The one thing that we've run into here, and it's a problem you're always going to deal with, is lack of space. We couldn't do any more looting if we wanted to, because we have no place to put this stuff. And we're going to start thinking about building our base. These things come in very handy because they have almost unlimited space. So I am going to offload all of the items that can be used to manufacture stuff. Yeah, let's see, mushrooms, and I'm gonna put the bike in there too. I don't need to be dragging that around with me. I'm keeping survival tool on me for drilling. And when this wears out, we don't have any charges for it. See the charges here. They take promethium pellets. And we haven't found any promethium yet. I'm going to leave this stuff up here next to this facility. I'm going to manufacture a base starter block. It does exactly what it says. It'll allow you to start a base. What it is, basically a special core. You can see it only takes a core to make. But you can't just put down a regular core anywhere. A regular core has to be put down on an already existing grid, so to speak, a facility. This you can put down anywhere. I'm going to make one of those. And put it in my personal inventory. I'm going to make some concrete blocks to surround the core with and give us a foundation to build our house on. How much stone have I got? I think I probably have enough for almost 100 blocks. As I said before, if you just clicked on this, you'd be getting 1. If you hit shift click on it, you'll get 10. And if you control click, you'll get 100. And you can see we only had enough stone to make 99, but that's not too bad. I'm going to leave it here because they will not fit over here. I'll tell you that right now. I'll put them up there. take a look at our ship here. If you stand next to a vehicle or a POI that has containers and hit the F4 key, this brings you into your logistics menu. I think this is the first time we've seen it because it's the first time we've had something with a core in it that you could stand next to and that had containers. You can see this old SV has a multi-charge in it for us, for our multi-tool, which is nice. Now we don't have to worry about running out. It also has 2 cargo boxes. Has another multi-tool in it and some fuel. Take that out of there. And it has a fridge, which is good. We can put our expendable food items into the fridge in the SV, and if you just keep the power on and turn off the thrusters, the fridge will stay active, and you can keep your food from spoiling by keeping it in there. But what I want to do is take this, and you see it fills up that cargo box. These cargo boxes are almost worthless as far as the amount of stuff you can put in them. They're so tiny. Let's see how many blocks can we take. Oh, that's right. I forgot I'm not playing with volume and mass. You see how much volume those blocks take. Normally with 500, we'd only be able to take about 6 of those blocks. But we can take a lot more. And the sun's going down at the end of another day. Let's take a map, see where I might want to build a house. And I see a place right now, as a matter of fact. I like to build on the equator, and I'm also a old Hawaiian guy, so I like to be near the sea. So I think we'll go over here. Maybe a little south. I'd like to have a nice view of the ocean. So I will mark that as a possible location for our house. And tomorrow we'll head out there and start building our base. I'll put my tent down and we'll go to sleep. But this is where this episode will end. I'll see you again tomorrow for base building. As always, thanks for joining me. I hope to see you again tomorrow.